I know we don't do it a lot, but let's talk about some good news across Africa. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? I'm in a very good mood. We're going to go across Africa very quickly, see some good news, see what's happening. Great? Let's go. First of all, we're going to this country here. This is South Africa. Okay? Now, in South Africa, we got some very good news. In South Africa, like most African countries, you find people that are doing great in life and people that are doing not so good in life, okay? And some of those people need help, okay? And South Africa happens to be one of the countries that people that are going through difficulties can get help from the government. Now, good news is SASA will now get extra financial support for electricity. Basically, South African people who don't have money will get extra money to pay for electricity. Congratulations! Some good news. And that's some good news. Oh, so from now on, people will get 500 Rand monthly boost from December 2025. I know if you look at it in dollars, it's not a lot of money. I know some of my American brothers are here looking like, what's that? What's that? But hey, that's a lot of money in many people's hand in Africa. I know you're trying to compare based on New York lifestyle. Let me tell you something. With $1,000, you could have a beautiful life in most African countries. Now, SASA is going to provide 500 Rand monthly boost from December and an extra 2,500 Rand to people that are in difficulty. So what does SASA stand for? SASA stands for South Africa Social Security Agency. Yes. Some African countries do look after people in difficulties. So what are the type of people that SASA looks after? SASA takes care of people with disability. Okay, if you cannot use your ability to work, or you cannot speak, you cannot hear, you can't walk, they give you some money at the end of the month. If you're an elderly person, I believe beyond 60 years old, you get some money from the government. If you're a single mother, okay, you have a child and the father decided to run away like most black people like to do. I don't know why you do that. Why do you do that? Why do you run away? You know, why do you play samba with a young girl then you run away? It's just crazy. Why can't you just choose the people that you actually would marry so you can do that thing? I remember when we were a kid, we were told that before you do that thing with a woman, you must make sure if she falls pregnant, you can marry her. You know you could marry that person, but you didn't. Why? Why didn't you use soap? Anyway, so ladies that's in that condition also do get some money. And I know in America it's the same, right? And some people complain about that. Donald Trump doesn't like that. He hates that because he feels like it gives you a feeling of entitlement. You feel like the government holds you from doing naked things behind the bedroom. Who was there with you? Anyway, let's not talk about that. So starting December 2025, SASA's beneficiary will receive a new electricity support benefit. Why? Because people need money to pay for power, electricity and stuff like that. And this is great. Now, how many people do get funding from SASA? 18 million people are beneficiaries. That's a lot of people. Now, when you see 18 million people in a country of 60 million people, you start to wonder about what Donald Trump says. I mean, set aside elderly people, okay, and disabled people, the people that are able. When you get some money, sometimes you're disallowed mentally from looking for yourself. Are we together? I know this is very triggering. It's a very sensitive subject. Yes, there are people that deserve to be looked after by government because they're disabled, because they're old, because they are impaired. There are people that are able, capable physically that should, I believe, should be looked after differently. And Donald Trump believes they shouldn't be looking after them at all because it creates society of people that are lazy. Society of women and, let's say, women that make babies with different fathers so they can get money. I'm sorry. We've seen that in American investigation was crazy. Showing women making babies with multiple men provided they get money from it. I mean, how do you get to that level? I don't know. Now, is SASA bad? Well, SASA is good, but people can use it for bad things. Like what? Because sometimes you get corruption. Okay, people create phantom accounts, phantom people that get money, but it's not actual people. It basically becomes an organized system where, people collect money from an existing beneficiary for their own purpose. Now, it's very sad because that's what Africans and black people in general do. I know you're triggered by that, but I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth all the time. Now, is it good that they look after people? Absolutely. Some of the countries in Africa do not look after their people, and it's very sad. Which countries do look after their people in terms of that. We have South Africa with SASA. We have Namibia. Namibia gives old age pension, which is paid to Namibians over 60, regardless of income. So whether you work or not, if you're 60 years old, you get money from Namibia. And here's Namibia on the map. Okay, it's a very organized country. They don't have xenophobia over there. No, they don't. Matter of fact, you see this lady here. She's from the Congo. Her parents are born Congolese, and she was born in Namibia. Okay, and she developed in Namibia, went to school in Namibia, eventually became a minister of health in a foreign land. Well, you can't do that in many African countries because the level of xenophobia is just disgusting. You guys complain about racism, but you're the biggest. Xenophobia is just another form of racism. Namibia, great country. They got this lady of Congolese parents, born in Namibia, bred in Namibia, went to school in Namibia, and became minister. Great. Well, Botswana also does provide money for people in difficulties, an old age pension, a monthly allowance. Botswana is very interesting. Lesotho also give old age pension. You see some similarity? Look at Botswana, Namibia, Lesotho. Oh, they look like they're in the same area. Okay, South Africa. It looks like Southern Africans are doing something very interesting for the people. Huh? They look after the people. And that's why they have a mentality to go back home looking after the people. As opposed to many Africans from the center and west, they don't go back to their villages to look after the people. And it's very, very sad. So congratulations to the people that are going to benefit from this funding. It's beautiful to see that countries in Africa do look after their people. But it's just very sad that some people will profit from this occasion to become lazy. Now, the people that deserve this should get it. It's their right. But the young people that are strong, the women that just made the baby and the father ran away should find alternatives. I mean, 18 million people getting money out of 60 million. That is bad. That's not good. Because as much as it looks like help, well, you're disallowing people from being very strong as well. So there should be an adjustment. Let's go. On the next one, we're going to Botswana. Botswana is a very interesting country. Botswana's got some great news, fellas. In Botswana, for the very first time, over 50 years, Botswana has a new leadership aimed at releasing reliance over diamonds. So Botswana is one of those countries in the world that has the most biggest and beautiful diamond in the world. Look at this diamond.
Yeah, true that. No hospitals and everything else.
Yeah. Kids going to school.
Of course.
Food coming in. Or owning CNN.
This is, I believe, one of the biggest diamonds in the world found in Botswana. Botswana is very rich in diamonds. It's been very reliant on diamonds for the longest years. But now the new government say we need to change that. I mean, you can't just put all your eggs in one basket. It doesn't work, right? If the basket falls on the ground, then everything is gone. Now, Botswana is trying to diversify the investment and stuff like that. Matter of fact, the government is inviting investments in technology, agriculture, tourism, sport, and environmental projects, creating opportunities for young people in the nation where over 70% of citizens are under 35. Imagine a country where 70% of people are young. It's a peaceful country, one of the most organized countries in Africa. Now, the government is trying to diversify things. What's interesting is Botswana wants you, brother. Whether you're African American or from the Caribbean, it's a beautiful place to explore. They want your input, they want your investment, they want diversity. So if there's a place that you're thinking about, perhaps that's something you should consider. Now, Botswana is also offering a way to get the Botswanan passport very, very quickly. Why? Because it's an interesting passport. It's very strong. It makes you African on paper, right? If you're not, it gives you opportunity to travel to many places as well. If you're African and your country cannot travel to many places, Botswana is an interesting place, an interesting passport to get. One of the best, strongest passport in Africa. Now, Botswana is offering this with a contribution of $75,000. Okay, if you're contributing $75,000 or $90,000 into an investment in Botswana, you're going to get the passport. That is great, right? Good news. Good news for the Africans and good news for the black people across the world. Botswana is a very peaceful country, and also there are some very interesting ladies over there. Look at that. She's from Botswana, this one. Look at this one. Okay, I know you probably like them big. Look at this big one. She's also from Botswana. I know you like Nyash. Look at this one with Nyash. you like light skin? Look at this one with light skin. Okay, look at this dark-skinned woman from Botswana. So all the colors and the chocolate and whatever that you're looking for, you're probably going to find in Botswana. But that's not the reason why you should go there. You should go and invest. Now, on the downside, fellas, because somebody always has to come and destroy the party, the UK on the 14th of October has revoked visa-free from Botswana passport holders. Yes, they decided to revoke visa-free from Botswana passport holders. Prior to that, Botswanan citizens used to go to the UK with no visa, or sometimes they had to just sort of do something electronically and quickly grab a flight and go to the UK. Now the UK has decided, well, we don't think we want to do this. It's crazy. Is it coincidence? Well, because it's coincide with the fact that Botswana has just made its announcement of new citizenship by investment program. Okay, though the UK official cited that there's a surge of asylum seeking as a reason to why they've changed the law. The UK say that there's a sharp rise in asylum applications from Botswana nationals. Over 1,300 claims between January and September 2025. Botswana people don't necessarily go and stay in other people's countries. But UK said that from January to now, 1,300, let me just put it this way for you. Most African countries don't get visas. If they do get visas, they get scrutinized to the highest level. They don't get visas. Why? Because when they go to other nations, Europe, America, they don't return back home. Why? Because they believe life back home is really bad. They don't like it. How? Because they vote people that are criminals, or they support governmental people that are not good for the country. Now, how come these governmental people still stay in power? Because these people generally are from their tribes. So you can't criticize somebody from the tribe. Only they can criticize him. You don't criticize him. So it's sad. But this very same people will try to go to other people's country and don't want to come back. Botswana doesn't have that culture of staying in other people's country. Now, where does the surge come from? Some people believe because Botswana makes things very easy to other people, meaning an African national can go to Botswana, get married, live there for 5 years and get a Botswanan passport. Many African passports cannot travel to the UK visa-free. Botswana is one of the only passports that can actually could travel to UK and Europe visa-free. So the UK said we can't do this anymore. On top of that, the fact that you open this citizenship via investment, we're not going to do this anymore. We were fine with you, people from Botswana. Now that you Botswanans are fine with everybody else, we are not going to be fine with you. So sorry. That's what they say. That's what it is, fellas. South Africans are going to get more money for electricity, 500 rand per month, and 2,500 for some other people from SASA, which is the South African Social Security Agency. This shows you that some African countries do look after each other. Ghana also, I believe, looks after elderly people, which is a great thing. But there are many African nations that have this program, but people don't see the money because some of the people from the very same country use the same money to build houses and villas and stuff and marry 5 wives and 6 wives. But don't say anything about it because people from their tribe are going to get very angry at you. The same way in Nigeria, they say Christians are being unalive, and when somebody said, no, let's find a solution to that, they say, no, don't they come here. Let's our unalived Christians say unalive. As long as we make sure they're unalive in our country, it can stay here. So do you have a problem? Yes, we do have a problem. But don't come find a solution for us because we cannot find a solution, but you don't come open your mouth. Same thing in every area. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. I know a lot of Nigerians are triggered now. I was trying to make a nice video without saying Nigeria, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult. God bless. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. You have to speak about Nigeria. Bye.